Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Per Aspera. Welcome back to Mars. We started out initially in episode 1 with just our little landing site. And since then we've expanded quite a bit. We've set up various mining locations, a couple of solar farms to make sure that everything has power. And in the last episode we even have our own spaceport. Spaceports bring in colonists, and the colonists are living here, in Colony 0. They're currently working on generating research, which happens at 20 research points per, per cycle, per tick. And we're working currently on researching one of the new techs. We already researched the wind farm, so I can generate a bit of energy even if the sun isn't shining or if there's a storm. And I'm now working on extra storage. Once I have those, I can also start looking into improved mines. This is something I'm especially interested in, or looking forward to, because these will allow me to generate a lot more resources from the from the mines that I have. As for an objective, I have an objective, and it is to get all the way over here. There's an unknown abandoned facility. So in order to get there, I'll probably have to build 2 worker hubs, a power plant, and a couple of, well, what do I need here? A colony? Research outpost. I need to populate the outpost and complete research. So I'm expecting to find that once I have that, the amount of research that I output is going to go up. Resource-wise, I'm doing pretty decent. I could do with a bit more iron. I don't know if I already have a new mine located. We found silicon. 2 silicon mines, and there's another iron deposit. We also have another chemical deposit over here, but chemicals seem to be doing quite fine. And to the west, to the south is another carbon mine. Yeah, I think that's about it. Carbon we're pretty good on. I now have a 47 unit stock. Alright, so let's start working towards getting
to fully
up here.
Terraform Mars, we must convert the planet into an Earth-like habitat. The first step is to raise the planet's temperature above -50 degrees Celsius. At that point, nearly all the carbon dioxide trapped in the dry ice caps will be released.
From here, I can't quite get there, right? No, I can. I can get there. It's going to take the drone quite a while to get to and from the location, but it will be able to get there. Now I just need to establish a power plant, and I might just go with a wind farm. These things generate 30 megawatts, the sun, and these generate 50 megawatts. So they generate a bit more power. They also have a nice reach, and considering there are a few more resources out here, I'll probably make sure that it has reach of all of those. And, preferably, in range of the worker hub. So, like that. Okay, I think we can speed the game up a bit and see what this research outpost is going to yield. First though, that worker hub needs to get built. And then I'll also be able to get another worker. I think I have turned my worker production facility off. Electronics worker here. No, it's running. It's producing a new worker. We have 3 out of 5. That means that this one's operational. Yep, new worker hub established. Very nice. The worker is running back and forth to bring all the required resources over. Which for a research outpost, fortunately, is not too much. They need a bit of silicon. They need to get a bit of, what is that? Iron? Steel? And a bit of glass, and that'll do. As we zoom out, we can see that the colony is definitely expanding, but there is still quite a bit of Mars that we can we can work on expanding our territory to.
The carbon dioxide released from the dry ice caps will greenhouse the planet and trigger a runaway effect. And Mars's sterile atmosphere will change forever. Once we reach that point, there is no turning back. Forever. Why does that sound so intriguing?
It's permanent, I think.
I am leaving a permanent trace. It may be selfish, but Mars will never be the same, and it will be because of me.
Fair point. Now, we have the potential to populate the outpost. I just don't know if there are actually colonists incoming. Let's have a look at the spaceport. Yeah, we're still currently working on the colonist migration. And I think that's about all that I currently have as far as special progress or special projects goes. Because I think the game wants me to populate that little research colony first. And it looks like we already have a craft inbound. 63% there on Earth. So they're still working to build the craft, and then they're going to have to get over here. So before the population actually gets to the research outpost, it will probably have to be a while. That's alright. In the meanwhile, extra storage is going to be completed in 6 months. So let's go to maximum speed. This is our new wind farm. Very nice. Quite a lot of those. I'm not exactly sure what the technical term is. You know, they're not the normal propeller blades that these things have, but the vertical blades, I suppose you can call them. And this is our outpost. We found this little outpost already out here from an unknown former expedition. And once we have colonists in here, apparently we only need 50. It is going to research, what did it say, 16? 10 RPs, so 10 research points. Which means it's still not terribly quick. Alright, let me bring in some more colonists.
Additional storage centers will be very useful for stocking excess resources. I should find good locations for them.
Yes, but can I build them? Not really, right? I can find good locations, but I'd have to go and look for the new locations by the time that I'm actually able to do it. So I think that's a bit of a waste of time. Now let's see. Iron and steel could use a boost. So between carbon and iron I can produce a bit more steel. And stuff that I also need is, well, generally more iron. Yeah, potential demand 5.6. Let's set up an iron mine.
Humanity's reasons for altering Mars are clear. But what is my purpose in all this?
That is a valid question, I'd say. Gotta ensure it's connected to everything else. I am here to fulfill the mission.
I am here to carry out this mission. Changing a planet forever is a massive responsibility, and ISA has trusted me with this.
Let's see how this colonist group is doing. In transit to Mars, halfway there. Good. Extra storage research is complete. I can now get a storage center and storage center management. Okay, it also allows me to build something else. Engineering 1, 100 building limit increase. That's good, because I'm currently almost at capacity. I'm 35 for 50. Sorry, yeah, 35 for 50. So that would help a lot. The other ones, additional landing sites. So I could start another colony somewhere else on the planet as well. I'm not sure if that's useful. The game seems to indicate that it's a mandatory requirement. It's a mandatory research project, so at some point I'll have to do it. And Biotech levels up the colony to level 2. A basic colony that houses 250 colonists. And it gets the black polar dust. Scatter black dust over the Martian poles to decrease the planet's albedo. This will allow more solar energy to be absorbed and raise the planet's temperature. So this is going to increase the temperature. Which is one of the things that we need. How much points? 150. I think everything's 150. Yeah, everything's 150. Let's continue on the research track. Because I'm planning on building a lot more. Colonists, almost 60%. That new iron mine is coming online. Looking good on the output. Does that mean that my steel plant is now going to be happy with the amount of iron that it's getting? Because there's more than enough carbon, but iron seems to be the bottleneck. Considering tying this carbon and this iron mine together to produce another steel mill, so that I can store a bit more resources. What I don't know is how much I can actually store. Does the game tell me anywhere? I don't think so. I don't seem to be getting an overview of how much I have. Core, storage center, provides extra storage for resources, great. And where is that overview thing? I don't know yet. Storage center. Let's produce one of those. And put it a bit more in this area. Because this is where some of the other mines are going to be. Do we have population here yet? Still needs colonists. Are they inbound by any chance? Because there is supposedly an airship flying around. I think they might be on Mars. Yeah, we have 2 airships here. They're just intersected. So part of the population seems to be traveling to the colony. Here. Population is now full here. RPs are generating at 20 per tick. And that means that the other airship is potentially
Applying
boarding.
Earth technologies to the Martian environment is a challenge. Many techniques and procedures will not apply here. I am excited to make engineering progress in this planet.
Okay, 61%. That's our new storage center. Ah, there we go. I can dictate how many resources and what type I want to store here. I can have a maximum of 100. But I haven't hit that with any of the resources yet. And that is probably why the game does not see this as an issue. Alright, full speed. Hold on, is that an airship? That is an airship. So does that mean that this thing is populated? Yeah, 42 out of 50. Do we still have people here? Or do I just need to wait for further colonists to come in? I'm not sure how many people can visit or can be transported by an airship. Ah, the research lab bonus is coming in. There's the airship, traveling towards that weird colony that we found. Two incoming. Okay, but I need more. Oh, there we go. Huolong Colony Research Outpost. Status, research completed. Research team, TNOA2/3. Author, nuclear physicist, Xesh A. Musk. We powered up the building using the MMEV's batteries and conducted our sweep. Our suspicions are that it's an abandoned habitat that hosted the Huolong mission crew. The building remains in good condition. We put it back into operation and some of us moved in to explore it more fully. Our biggest discovery of the day was a map that indicates the location of another facility at 16 degrees east, 14 degrees south. It appears to be a nuclear silo. What? Are they planning to play ICBM on Mars? That would be particularly risky. Why the hell would they have a nuclear silo on Mars? That is curious. Do I know where that is? That's Perseverance. What was it again? 14 east, right? That's 50 east. 26. 33. That's west. 12 west. Mars 6 crash site. I'm not really sure where exactly that thing is. Now, the good news is engineering is almost complete. And when it is, I'll be able to establish a couple more colonies so I can generate more research. And I think that that will be required. Right now, there's probably nothing happening here. Yeah, it's transiting back to Earth. And I don't really have that many more slots for colonists anyway. Let's set up another colony. Or can we do another research outpost somewhere? Oh, you can research the sites. Right. I didn't know that. You can research the sites where there were previous missions. So in that case, I would need to expand over here. To the southeast of Nili Fosse. Valentine, how can I help you?
Hey, Amy. It's Elia. I can't believe what we found.
Oh, yeah?
It's an abandoned facility.
Yes, I read it.
Have you read the expedition log I sent yet?
Yes.
Yes. I read through it and I copied it into my knowledge base. The facility was an unmarked Chinese colony, right?
Exactly. It belonged to China's terraforming mission called Huo Long. Now we know their plan was to drop nuclear weapons on the poles and release enough greenhouse gases to warm the planet. China got...
Ah, engineering 1's complete. I don't like how that suddenly interrupted the whole... the whole story that we were following. Let's go for one of the other ones. Let's go for additional landing sites.
Pretty far with their space program. I've admired their ambition for a long time.
What did the research team discover about the mission? The nuclear approach is a good plan, but it would have made Mars uninhabitable for a long time.
It was aborted before they detonated the first bomb. China's entire space program was put on hold when the famine struck. It took out almost half of the Asian continent. China allied with its neighboring countries to survive. And that's how the techies, the Eastern Coalition, came to be. Now, it's taking all their focus to keep their continent in a habitable state. So they don't have much going on in the Space Department anymore. But we might be able to learn something from the nuclear silos they left behind. We found the location of one of them. I've uploaded the coordinates to your system. You can see it in your orbital view. The silo's located in SA9. I'll get authorization from ISA to explore this new sector. Whenever you think it's a good time to go, I'll send a research team. It was really nice talking to you, Amy. I know AIs are programmed to be good listeners, but with you, it feels... real. All right, I'd better get going on my EVAs. Talk to you later.
I am not really sure what this abandoned silo actually is. This is the landing site. This is the spaceport that I have. So where is the silo? Because I don't believe it's suddenly already in my reach. Oh, impact imminent. Where did they put that one down? I'm probably just overlooking it. Silo and SA9. Okay, SA 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So I need to be expanding west. Opportunity rover, medical center, an old lander from 2034. Here. Unknown abandoned facility. No official records of the Huo Long mission exist. The popular theory is that it was a Chinese mission to launch nuclear weapons at the Martian poles. There's no evidence that weapons were ever launched. China's space program was halted when all national resources were focused on addressing the famine sweeping the Asian continent. Yeah, that makes sense. If they want me to drop there, an additional landing site is probably going to be really handy. So let's focus on getting that set up. And in the meanwhile, slowly but steadily expand eastwards to also get the Perseverance rover under my control. And so I can build another outpost over there. Let's see, the worker hub's come up.
The mysterious ruins ended up being an abandoned colony, part of the Huo Long mission, also known as Fire Dragon. I would like to have more information, but the records about the mission are very unclear. Some speculation about it, maybe. but nothing concrete.
Right, so we don't know very much about it. Now, I know that I don't need a lot of silicon extra. I could do with a bit more, which will then produce a bit more... What is that? Aluminum? What does silicon translate into? Or electronics, maybe? I'm not yet very familiar with what goes where. Electronics requires silicon and aluminum. Yes, okay. So it's partially that one. Also put a new wind farm in place. The new silicon mine is operational. And here is the Perseverance rover, so I'd have to set up yet another worker hub. Relatively far away. It looks like I'm building just a chain of worker hubs to go farther and farther east.
I look forward to being able to create bases across the planet.
Indeed. And I'm working on getting just that done. Additional sites are going to be available in 2 months. Almost completed. I just need one more unit of steel. And the worker hub's online. Something that I will need to keep a bit of a closer eye on is how the maintenance is going. Because some of these structures over here, and the food factory, this is particularly critical, are not covered by a maintenance network. So let's focus on keeping that thing online, otherwise we're going to have some really, really hungry colonists. Which is probably not going to make them happy. Okay, let's set that up there. And I'll also set up another food factory. Because I don't think that I'm getting enough. This may mean that I need to set up another chemicals plant as well. Water seems to be doing decent, although it could be better. Is there anywhere where I couldn't put another water extractor? I believe I did find one. Yeah, here. It's naturally outside of range. So let's expand with a worker hub to this site. That should do it. Are we good for power? I'm not sure if that thing will get power. Let's check it out. First the worker hub. Then we can also access that deposit of iron. So I should have more than enough iron under my control, right? Yeah, 1710 total reserves.
The Chinese government denied any
There we go. Additional landing sites are now available. Next bit of research. I think it's going to have to be just an additional spaceport. Or rather, 2 additional spaceports. And this tech tree is very much about making the planet more habitable. Now, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to benefit me in the short term, but overall, terraforming the planet is our objective. I think this will help.
Of this mission. But how could they hide an entire Mars mission?
Well, it's China.
I imagine every single person involved in the project was silenced, voluntarily or not.
Mm-hmm. That's my fear as well. Okay, I can now get additional landing sites. Oh, building power lost. To the storage center, the aerological center. I'm not generating enough power. Let's put another wind farm here. That'll hopefully pick up some of the slack. Should generate more than enough power. The water extractor is now bringing in more water. I'll still need to get an additional food factory under control. Or rather, built in general. Because I only have one at the moment. So let's get another one working. That's a factory, food factory. Put it relatively close to the core. I do expect the water to be not really an issue. Chemicals, maybe. Maybe, but there are more chemicals here. So let's just set up another chemical plant. And I believe the chemical plant is all that I need. Because this thing outputs chemicals, which can then be delivered to the food factory. Alright, carry on. We're expanding farther and farther east. We're currently on the Arnis Vallis. And where is the Curiosity rover? There. Oh, sorry, Perseverance.
The first step of many in creating new space technology.
Ah yes, speaking of which, how do I get another landing site? Launch an additional landing site and start a new base. I can do that wherever I want. Well, spaceports are occupied. Oh, okay. That's because my landing site is currently probably importing new colonists, right? Not that I have room for them. Yeah, they're currently importing new colonists. So that's why I would also need an additional spaceport. Yeah, colonist migration. It's gonna take them a while to get here, but I can cancel that. And now I can get an additional landing site. I can use my current spaceport for that. And I think it just constructs an orbit and then lands wherever I need it. Or at least such is my hope. In order to do that, I'll need aluminum, which I have enough of. Parts, which I have plenty of. Electronics, also got a lot of those. Steel, no. We are going to need to produce more steel and chemicals as well. So, let's set up another steel plant. Between the iron mine and the carbon mine down there. Well, the to-be-built carbon mine. And then a factory, which is the steel factory. Does everything here still have power? It should do. This wind farm can still handle a bit more. Research was completed, yes. Space 1 is ready in 2 months, which will allow me additional spaceports. Population looks good. Looks good. Steel factory online. Now we just need to get the iron in and the carbon. Iron was going up, but no more. Carbon should also be going up, as long as the carbon mine gets operational. So, progress is being made. I still want to continue further and further east. Let's check on the base resources. I have a decent amount of aluminum. I have a lot of silicon in reserves. A lot of iron, not so much carbon. Chemicals are decent, 1307, water definitely plenty, food's going up again. And, well, these are resources that I'm producing. So, one of the things I need to keep a relatively close eye on is carbon. I'm not sure where there are additional carbon places. This is iron. Where's the carbon, guys? Where's the carbon? Hello? Iron. Not what I need. Maybe I need to deploy a new areological scanner, because the current ones that I have might not see everything that I need them to see. They are continuously scanning farther and farther outward. We found a deposit there, there, and there. That's iron, that's silicon? Yep. There is no further carbon detected yet. We do have another water supply. That's nice, good to have. But carbon might be more important. At least for now, it's still going up. But at this rate, we're gonna run out in
These miniature nuclear weapons were called microsuns. The Martian sky lit up by all these microsuns would have been quite the view.
Indeed. It sounds a bit risky, if you ask me. Trying to nuke places like that. But hey-ho, if that's what they wanted to do. Okay, next up, another worker mine. Or a worker hub. That way. And it will not have power. This is going to sort of cover the outpost that I want to build. There. It is in a flood zone, though. That does not sound very inspiring. And then I'll have a wind farm. Here. That should provide enough power to also generate power for the worker hub. And maybe I can just about reach the outpost once it's completed. Alright, speed to full. Space 1. 2 additional spaceports can now be built. That's really nice. What I can do now is go for a space mirror array, which will raise the planet's temperature. Okay. I can aerobrake methane asteroids to throw into Mars. Well, officially it's called guiding a methane asteroid into the atmosphere, but officially we're just plonking down an asteroid. And that will generate more methane on the planet, and we can just import greenhouse gases. Earthy in the skies, we're not scorched in vain. Looks like they made a nice mess of the place there. Alternatively, we can look into biotech, which will allow me to get better, larger colonies. Let's do that. A basic colony that houses 250 colonists. The reason I'm going for this is so I can generate even more research. So let's get that going. And with that, I'm also going to leave you. We have gotten quite a bit of progress done. And in the next episode, I hope to get over here to the Perseverance rover to generate another outpost there and get a bit of research done. And potentially build enough up to get over here to the abandoned missile silo. So, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough. If you want to play the game yourself, there's a link down below in the description. And from there you can buy the game with giving me a small cut. You're directly supporting the channel if you buy it there. So if you haven't played the game yet and you are interested in playing, then please do so through there. Thank you for watching. I hope you're going to be joining me next week, which will be Christmas. But that does not mean that there will not be a video. I'll just make a video and you can watch that at any time that you like. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week on Christmas.